Hi guys, so I said I don't know how many times that Brexiteers do not give a crap about Northern Ireland or the Union for that matter. And this has been proven on numerous occasions. So when it came to keeping the UK as a whole, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, inside the single market and the customs union, Brexiteers rejected that, choosing instead to keep Northern Ireland more closely aligned with the European Union. Now, as a consequence of the type of Brexit that both Boris Johnson and the ERG pushed, they're now seeing a speeding up of an eventual united Ireland. Now, this gets us to this interview the Labour's shadow Northern Ireland secretary gave to GB News, of all places. Anyway, she was right that the British government should not attempt to influence the outcome of a referendum on Irish unity. However, the current Northern Ireland secretary, Brandon Lewis, who should know better, tried to spin this delicate issue for his party, which is pretty disgusting. So I want to show you this tweet that he posted. He said, "Stronger together clearly doesn't apply to Labour's position on Northern Ireland." And then he quotes Keir Starmer, and he posts this short clip, which I'm going to show you.
I am a believer in the United Kingdom, and I will support the United Kingdom, and I will make the case for the United Kingdom.
It's not my job to be a persuader for the Union. It's not my job to be a persuader for the Union.
Now, of course, no context here. Well, I'm going to show you the context. And this is disgusting behaviour because Brandon Lewis is not just some backbench MP. He's not just some Tory troll. He's the Northern Ireland secretary. So he should know better. Well, let's actually see the clip in its full context.
What's the case would you make to the Union, for the Union, particularly to maybe those nationalists who are open to staying inside?
Well, I think the first and most important principle is that the principle of consent is still very much intact, and it is only for the people of Northern Ireland to determine their own constitutional future. And polls still suggest that there is a very firm majority in favour of remaining in the United Kingdom. It's not my job to be a persuader for the Union. Again, that was an important. That was an important principle that kind of led up to the Good Friday Agreement. Is it not though?
Because I mean, but surely, if Labour get back into government again, you're someone who wants to see the United Kingdom succeed. I mean, Boris Johnson would say he's an advocate for the Union.
Boris Johnson says a lot of things. What he actually is something completely different.
Yes, and I would also say he's not a particularly good custodian of the Good Friday Agreement. One of the important principles is that Britain shouldn't have any strategic or selfish economic interest in the constitutional status of Northern Ireland. It's up for the people of Northern Ireland to determine their own constitutional future.
So do you think if there was a referendum on Northern Ireland's future, the British government or British political parties shouldn't interfere in that?
They're not supposed to interfere in that. Obviously, Darren hasn't read the Good Friday Agreement, or he's ignored a very core part of the Good Friday Agreement.
Involved in it?
Yes, I would. I would say that we're a unionist party in the Labour Party, but if there is a border poll, then we should remain neutral. I think that's an important principle. Look, I believe in the union. I believe we're stronger together. I believe in the principles and values that underpin our union. But it is a crucial element that has sustained peace is the principle of consent, and that underpins the Good Friday Agreement.
And she's completely right. Now, why is she right? Well, let's actually look at the Good Friday Agreement. And this is on constitutional issues. Part 1, it says, the participants endorse the commitment made by the British and Irish governments that in an British-Irish agreement replacing the Anglo-Irish agreement, they will, and I want to read section 2 here, recognise it is for the people of the island of Ireland alone, by agreement between the two parts respectively, and without external impediment, of course, being the key word here, to exercise their right of determination on the basis of consent, freely and concurrently given, North and South, to bring about a united Ireland, if that is their wish, accepting that this right must be achieved and exercised with and subject to the agreement and consent of the majority of people of Northern Ireland. I want to once again highlight the word here, external impediment. So the British government should not interfere in a referendum. They are supposed to call the referendum. The Northern Ireland Secretary has the right to do that. But they're meant to take a step back and allow the people of Ireland to decide this, not to interfere. The language in part 3 is the same, but it's in regards to remaining part of the Union. So both sides are look, the government is not supposed to interfere. Brandon Lewis is suggesting that the Tories would interfere, and the Labour Party said we would respect the Good Friday Agreement and we would not interfere. Now, they can promote the union. Yes, they can do that. That is their job. But when it comes to a referendum on the future of Northern Ireland, they are not supposed to interfere. And I respect the Labour Party's position here. I understand they're a unionist party, but they are respecting the Good Friday Agreement. Brandon Lewis, who is the Northern Ireland Secretary at the moment, either doesn't understand the Good Friday Agreement or he's pretending not to understand it and using this ridiculous clip taken out of context just to attack the Labour Party, undermining a core aspect of the Good Friday Agreement here to take potshots at the Labour Party. I've said this before, Brexiteers do not give a crap about Northern Ireland. Brandon Lewis here using a sensitive issue to take potshots at the Labour Party. He's a disgusting individual. He should not be the Northern Ireland Secretary. He shouldn't be anywhere near that position. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?